pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we take public comment, I would just like to call Jim Fortunato up to the podium because Jim actually went to Columbus and received an award for the courthouse and the statues. And he's going to give us a little history, and we will be presented a resolution or proclamation. An award.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
On behalf of the commissioners, I was honored to go to the Ohio Historical Connect in Columbus last Saturday. There were presentations given for award of preservation. Ours was unique because the four others that received awards were for buildings. So the statues were really something that showed a lot of interest. In conjunction with our award for the preservation of the statues, McKay Lodge was the actual company that put the statues back together. With them was Elizabeth Murphy, who was part of our historical preservation team, not only for the statues, but the courthouse. So she got recognition as well. Who was absent was Paul Ricciuti. Paul was the one that was instrumental in making this happen. This is our second award. We also got an award last year from Mahoning County Valley Historical Society. So it was a great honor to get this. The commissioners have been really committed to this courthouse restoration preservation project. And I'm going to try with Paul to get us an award on the exterior of our building for next year, because it truly is a jewel that the commissioners have allowed to almost be at closure, and we'll be working with the commissioners for ribbon cutting and time capsule very shortly. So I want to thank you, commissioners, for allowing me to be part of this, to go to Columbus, and I talked to Zach. Maybe we'll put it in this room with the other one when they're through finishing.
Sure, there's one up there, put it on the other side.
So I don't know if you had any questions about the work or whatever. I brought a picture.
I'll tell you what, I had the opportunity, which I didn't go all the way up. Anthony was there with, well, he went up, but I didn't go on the roof. But I happened to go up to see where they actually had some of the connections to holding the statues. You don't realize how massive they are. You look at them like when you're on the ground floor and you don't think, oh, they're not that big. They're about 6'5". When you get up there, you look up and my God.
Exactly.
They're just like an ant compared to how big those.
13 feet high, 17 feet long, 7 feet wide, 2,200 pounds. They're thin as a dime. And years ago, craftsmen with a rubber or wooden mallet, I should say, pounded it out. So that type of craftsmanship is long gone. Today they try to do 3D, which would never be the same.
I can't
Think how long Carol had to sit there and pose for that. You know, it was terrible.
And they are all women. Anything else?
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Jimmy, I just want to thank you
You're
for
welcome.
all you've done. But I did go up on the roof,
Yes, you
He
did.
did. He was there. I didn't.
and I never understood, honestly, the courthouse, when you see it driving down the bridge, you know, it looks tall, but I don't know if it's really that high. But when you go up there and you look down, it's like, oh,
Yes.
I mean, it's really, really high. And those statues are massive.
Yes, they are.
And the roof looked beautiful.
Yes.
You should see the roof. I mean, it's so waterproof, the way, what they put down and how they sealed everything off. Exceptional work. And there was a lot up there to take off.
Yes,
and
we
then
had-
remount to
Yes.
make it work.
Yes, we had a great team that you commissioners approved to make
Yeah.
that happen.
Jimmy, the neat thing was when we were here, when they put it back up on the roof,
Yes.
and when they hooked that up and they're lifting it into the air, I mean, It didn't take a long time, but you know, you just kept thinking, oh my God, man, I hope it doesn't fall.
Yes.
You know, it was pretty wild.
That's amazing that it's as thin as a dime.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I can't believe it withstands the weather
Right.
that we have here.
Yes,
And when it was all down and we were getting pictures with it and stuff, how you could, the access panel to
Yes.
go inside it from the back, you can get into the
Easy.
statues.
I could
They're
even fit.
hollow. Yeah, they're hollow.
Wow.
And the pedestal that they put it on,
Yes.
beautiful job.
So
That's all sealed.
We had
Yes.
great
Perfect.
great team.
union workmanship.
Yes, it was on time, under budget.
Well,
Yes.
thanks to
Union.
Rocky's
Yes,
crew.
yes.
I mean, you can't beat our guys.
Exceptional work, it really is.
Yep.
I'm surprised Rocky didn't post pictures of someone working
I think he left something in one of the statues, I'm not sure.
there.
Ah.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Well, Rocky, we
Too
won't
late
be here
now,
in
huh?
100 years to look at that, so.
We could give him some names and
Jimmy
we want him to
Duggan.
leave in the statue.
Could have snuck something in there,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Jimmy.
Thank you.
Thanks for going.
Sure.
Do we have anyone else? All right, before we get started, I just want to bring up something else. One for you, one for you.
Oh, I got mine.
You got it, but we have been invited as guests, the three commissioners, for the Ryan Giambattista Helms Foundation. And Rocky gave us these today. His wife Terry is very much involved in this, as she is probably the director of this foundation. This event is Saturday, November 2nd, 6 to 10 at the B&O Banquet Center downtown at 530 Mahoning Avenue. And the admission is $45 in advance and $50 at the door. And this is gonna be, this, honest to God's the best. The music is by the Purple Cat, and that's the Golden String Band. If you ever walk up Phelps Street, they have a radio station, and they play their music there. Unbelievable. So if you have a chance to go to this, there'll be artwork, music, silent auction, food. It's a really good event, and Rocky's here, and if you need tickets, I'm sure he can get them for you, or if you don't know, he'll give you a phone number to call.
Rocky, does Terry need additional baskets and stuff?
We welcome anything, anytime. Absolutely. Yeah,
So-
$45 in advance, $50 at the door.
Okay. All right, good deal. Well, you'll get some baskets from each of us, probably. Yeah, we could buy something together.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you, Rocky, for that. All right, anyone else have any comments?
I have one comment, I just want to say, the annual Building Trades Fish Fry is tomorrow evening. The doors open at 7 p.m. There'll be lots of, all donated by the unions, gifts, from TVs to baskets, $15 at the door, all the fish and sausage and fixings you can eat. Beer and wine, $15 ticket, it's a good value, and we'd appreciate anybody that could come out. Thanks.
Did they get a smoker this year?
Oh, well, I don't know. I know that my local bought 55-inch TV, so
Okay.
you can get that for $1
Last year, didn't you?
Yeah.
a ticket.
I couldn't have ran out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, seeing none. Approval of the previous minutes, board meeting number 40, Wednesday, October 16, 2019, and approval of bills for payment. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Journal entries number 1. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 2, agreement, building inspection.
Good morning.
Jeff?
This is an amendment, a first amendment to our original agreement with our master plan examiner to extend the services to April 27th, 2020. Thank you.
Okay. B Corners. Do you want to take that?
They had an accident that required the repair This is part of the insurance adjustment.
Okay, thank you. C, data. Stacy, you want?
Nope, I know.
All right, this is, agreement with Service Pro. Jimmy, you would know.
It's an ongoing renewal of a license agreement. We need to be able to utilize the software.
Okay. And D, emergency management. Jimmy, you want to take that as well? He's not going to be here.
Sure. That was another issue where there was an accident and needed repair. And this is getting back its operation.
Okay. And E, engineers group.
Good morning. This agreement with the following people for purchase of property for the South Avenue widening upgrade project. J&M Reynolds for $4,110, St. Luke Fair $7,995, Carolyn Pacaccio $300, Manhattan Group $6,211, Trinity Fellowship Church $300, and Darlington Free $7,900.
Thank you, Jim. F and G, lead.
F is an agreement with Gary Krim Inc. for chip program rehab repair, and G is with American Pinnacle for chip program repair as well.
Thank you. H and I, Sheriff's Department.
Good
Joe?
morning, Commissioners. Nancy, this is H in agreement with Greenwood Chevrolet for repair of one of our police vehicles in the estimated amount of $4,970.87, which is non-general. And I is to receive the journal entry 1908-007 in its entirety with Shallow Creek Kennels. We have found another kennel who gave us a better price on the canine.
Okay, thank you.
Explosive canine?
Yeah, dog is bomb dogs.
Never heard of an explosive canine before. I don't want to get too close to it.
All right, number 2, agreements A through I. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. All right, number 3, change orders, auditors. You have that?
Good morning. This is a change order with on-demand drug testing. We did CPR training for all of our employees, and a few were out on leave when we did it, so we had an additional.
Okay. B, lead.
That's a change order for the hazard control work at 106 building.
Okay. Number 3, change orders A and B. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 1, resolutions, additions. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 2, record of bids, A, purchasing. Jim?
3 proposals were received for the Austintown Court location. They're currently being evaluated by the architect, judges, prosecutor, myself. We'll be deciding what option, if any, is best to proceed with to come to you commissioners for a recommendation.
Okay. Number 2, record of bids, A. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 3, resolution of awards, recycling.
Morning, Commissioners. We are awarding the institutional paper recycling service to Republic Services. They were the lowest of the bids received. This is to service 81 locations, institutional, government, nonprofit for paper recycling.
Okay, thank you. Number 3, resolution of awards, A. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. Number 4, resolutions, A. Commissioners. Jimmy, do you want to?
Yes, what happened, we utilized their service. They initially told us to make the PO the purple cap, but then when the invoice came out, it was the golden string. So it wasn't anything that circumvented the procedure, they changed how they wanted to
Thank you. And B would be Bill Whitaker.
I'll start off. and
Or
Bruce
you
can
could
help.
start commissioners on B and purchasing. You
Uh,
got it all.
The Mahoney County Board of Developmental Disabilities is a member of the Ohio School Council. Their board passed a resolution to participate with the school council for professional design service for Lynnkirk Road. And Bill's gonna tell you what's gonna happen at Lynnkirk Road.
Morning,
Bill?
Commissioners. Yeah, this is a request. Obviously, Leonard Kurtz School is technically property of the commissioners. We want to do a renovation in a portion of the building for our service and support administrators, our SSAs. As you know, many, many years ago, Leonard Kurtz School had close to 300 children in it. We're somewhere between 70 and 80 children on any given day now. So we have a portion of the building that's been used for years for other things other than educational purposes. With some of the growth in our SSA department because of the federal changes of us downsizing, we're looking to renovate part of the building to put that department in one place because they're kind of scattered in 2 and 3 different buildings at this point. So this would give us permission to move forward working with GPD to design, get design concepts and then eventually go out to bid for the, demolition and reconstruction of that area.
So Bill, how is everything going with all the transitions that are happening with the state and federal
Knock
government?
on wood somewhere. So far, so good. Michelle, the one building that we have transitioned so far in adult services, as you know, we closed the Bev Road facility because of shrinking enrollment of individuals going to other programs such as like Purple Cat and Turning Point and those.
And Bill, not for a lack of clients, because we were mandated to phase them
Yeah,
away.
absolutely. It wasn't, we've actually seen an increase in the number of people we serve. When I started here in 2014, we were hovering around 12 or 1,300 individuals and families served. We're now over 1,500 individuals and families served. We're actually serving more people in total. We just are not directly serving adults because of those federal rules that said we had to get out of those services. So, yeah, the Michelle facility still has roughly 160 individuals enrolled in it. It's just Masco is now their provider versus us as the county board. We're required to pay for those services, we just don't provide those. And we still have one adult building left at, in Austintown at Javits Court, of which, my board and I are now discussing when that transition will occur because, we do have deadlines that we have to meet and benchmarks, but we do not have a date set for when we will transition out of that building. But this is just kind of all part of our kind of grand plan as when we are transitioned, all of our staff will be on one campus, in Austintown at the Leonard Kurtz, between Leonard Kurtz and the board office.
It's so sad with the state and the federal government are doing these programs that work. To try to send the population, which is growing, it's not decreasing, it's growing. As more children get into the system, we want to privatize everything. And
The state wants to privatize.
Yeah, we don't.
that's-
right.
yeah, we don't, I know,
Specific.
but that's wrong. And it's wrong because if government runs programs, and I'm not saying all private sector people are bad providers, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that when the state runs something and the counties and the federal government and the state allow us to do that job, it's a different type of relationship they have with a one-on-one client. I've seen it. When you get into private sector, it's a whole nother ballgame. I know, God bless Jimmy Sutton, he does a fabulous job with his clients. And there's a couple other ones that do that. But I just worry about the masses that are gonna happen in the next 5 to 10 years and what's gonna happen with those young people. So hopefully, somebody along the line will have a change of heart.
Bill, how many employees worked in the system before the state started phasing everything to where it is today?
When I came to Mahoney County in 2014, we were probably a little over 300 employees. At the board, we're now probably around 200 between part-time, full-time, seasonal, intermittent. So we've decreased probably about 100 employees
100 employees. It's a
in
shame.
our agency.
Thank you for a good job.
Thank you.
Take care. C, D, and E are the engineers. Rick.
C is a resolution approving consent legislation from the Director of Transportation to complete the surfacing of Tippecanoe Road at Route 625 intersection. That's an intersection upgrade. D is a resolution approving a moral obligation payment of $1243.78 to Ohio Edison for services on a line extension for signal power service for traffic signal project at New Raccoon Road. They had to move the power lines and they charged us. And E is a resolution approving a moral obligation payment $7584.58 for engineering services associated with the replacement of the Melville Bridge project. That's to Norfolk Southern Railway.
Human Resources.
Morning, Commissioners, Nancy. This is a resolution to approve a MOU with ASME, Ohio Council Aid Local 2001, which will enable their employees to participate in all 4 plans of health care for 2020.
Good job. G and H, what?
So G and H are a situation where we had Healthy Homes money that could be expended on these, and it wasn't in the original contract, so we added it as a change order, and both of them were more than 10% over the original bid, so that's become a more obligation.
Thank you. And I recycle.
Commissioners, this is a resolution to adopt the solid waste management plan for Mahoney County. This plan has to be updated every 5 years. We project out to 15 years. The main goals of this plan is to provide 90% access to recycling to residents here in Mahoney County, as well as striving for a 25% reduction in overall waste generation. The state requires that this plan be passed by 60% of the population, including the largest municipality. And as of this morning, we are at 93% passage. There's a few small townships of those just trickling in, and we hope to get it to 100 before November 5th.
Lou, when's the next electronics drive?
Next
I have
year.
3 TVs now.
Next year, but we're going to do something nice next year. And next year, we're going to do it by, this year in the past, we've done it by the inch. Next year, we're going to do it by the pound. And the translation.
That's not a good thing.
Well, it's a really good thing. Well, I'll just give you an example. Last year, they were doing $2 an inch, of which we were paying for half, and the resident was paying half. So if you brought in a 50-inch TV, that was going to be about $50 for you and $50 for us. By doing it by the pound, these 50-inch TVs, what do they weigh, 35, 40 pounds?
I've got a
and-
50-inch plasma television that burned out, and I had to get 3 men and a dog to pick it up,
What's it
get
weigh?
it downstairs, and it was an explosive dog, too. Help me pick it down.
Well, using 40 pounds as an analogy, I found a vendor that's going to charge us 42 cents a pound. So now that same TV that cost $100 will cost $16.80, of which you'll pay half of that, and the district will pay half of that. So you went from $50 to $8.
This thing is enormous. Can I go up to the plaza's dumpster and just slide them in?
Oh, my God, son. All right, well, number 4, resolutions, A through I.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes. All right, that concludes the business portion of our meeting. Let's see, anybody want to make any comments? Anthony, Dave? We'll just give
The leaves are flying. It's getting there.
Oh, God, please.
Oh, man. I dread this time of
No.
year.
Snow removal, leaves.
All good. Make sure you
So-
go to the event on the Helms Foundation, Saturday, November 2nd.
Yep.
Very good cause, amazing artwork there. People are just unbelievable in the things that they do, and there's some of it up there on the wall.
There's one right up there.
And Terry and
Yes.
Rocky do an amazing job, so, and the entire organization, so.
All right, and that ends our business portion of the meeting, and we will conclude. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Middy?
Yes, and our next meeting is Thursday, October 31st, 10 a.m. on Halloween. Thank you, everyone. Have a safe weekend.
Everyone